Good morning and welcome to Something Saturday. So today I thought rather than actually showing you how to make something, we will do a show and tell. And I'm going to show you all the designer series papers, bar one, I think it is, that is in the annual, not the annual catalogue, in the new mini catalogue. Because I thought, sometimes it's kind of nice to actually see them in person, as it were. Well, not that you're seeing them in person, but kind of, if you get my drift. Okay, so take a bow. Take a bow, take a bow. I think it's meant to say take a bow. You get 12 sheets of each of these. Okay, so let's pop them like that. And then if I turn them over, you should be able to see both sides. This is exciting, isn't it? So there's not many of them because you get so many of each one. Okay. And then we're moving on to the Splendid Autumn. So again, you can probably see that this is a 6x6 rather than being a 12x12. So Splendid Autumn. Oh, and let's miss out on the first sheet, shall we? There we go. So we've got that, and that's on the back. So I'm not sure whether I really need to talk my way through this, and there's probably no point in speeding the video up, because if I speed the video up, then you're not going to see it. Isn't that one gorgeous? And again, the flowers I think are so pretty. And I know a few people who like purples, so they'll love those ones. Again, flowers, pretty flowers. Nice landscapey picture. Okay, so that's all of those ones. So with those, you get 4 of each in the pack. Then we're moving on to the 12x12 papers. Now, the 12x12 ones, you only get 2 of each in the pack. So, but this one, might help if I tell you what it's called. Snowy Scenes. Okay, so this one actually surprised me that I wasn't that keen on the look of it in the catalogue, and yet I actually quite like it. It's really cute. It's got these really, you could cut these out by hand easily. And not a bad background to it. Again, those would cut out by hand. Whether they'd fit onto a card. Let's just grab a base card out and have a quick check and see whether they would actually fit. They would. Yeah, look at that. They would fit onto a card base. So potentially you could cut those out as well and just add them onto a card. And that's what's on the other side. That's actually a really pretty design. I wonder whether I should be moving myself over slightly more so that you see slightly more of this side as well. Hang on a minute. We can move over. There we go. All right. Little snowmen with their little arms out. Ah! Ooh. And these guys, again, these guys easily cut out. And we've got that, and we've got little towny things. Not too sure how you'd go with cutting those out. Personally, I probably wouldn't want to. I'd just have it as a bit of a background. Okay, next one, Sentimental Christmas. So Dear's quite sweet, I suppose, if you're into that. I prefer this side personally. I'm assuming this is meant to be like ribbon with holly in it. And then you've got trees on the other side. These are really nice. So again, I would probably cut those out if I wasn't using the background, which is also quite nice. And again, some stockings. This is really cool, actually. That would make an incredible scrapbook page if you're doing a big scrapbook like that. Then we've got this one and this one. This one, and again a really nice scrapbook page there. So that's those. Let's just tidy them up a little. All right, so then we have Regal Distressed Patterns. It's very distressing, isn't it? Couldn't resist that, sorry. It's really pretty though. So you can see the gold shimmering in it there. It is one-sided, so you just get the beautiful pattern on one side, which is probably good because I would have a tough time choosing between the sides if they added more than one side to something like that. Then Regal Winter is our next one. So there's this really pretty one, and then that is really stunning on the back there. I'm not sure whether you can really see it or not. But it's ever so pretty, this paper. And you can be forgiven for thinking that this one is identical to this one, because I think it actually might be. But you know how this one's got the red on the back of it? That one has blue on the back of it. So again, it's the same design, but in blue, which is really nice. And we have these ones. Reminds me of what those little purpley coloured flowers are, which now I can't think of the name of it. That's really helpful. It was there and then it wasn't there. So that's what that one's like. Bit of pretty peacock on the background there. Let's just make sure that that's all good. Not too light, not too dark. And there's that one. Then we move on to Nests of Winter. Again, this one surprised me because I looked at it in the catalogue and thought, oh, I don't know about that. But now that I'm sort of looking at it, I'm thinking, oh, you know, that's actually kind of nice. I can see myself maybe bit of fussy cutting. Oh, lots of fussy cutting that I'm thinking of. And quite nice backgrounds as well. And again, you know, you could even just punch out something like that in a circle punch and it would look quite pretty on a page. Those guys, this is kind of a nice background with all the trees and the birds. And this one is a really pretty one. I was thinking this would look really cool if you cut it and then you just section it into like threes and stick those directly onto a card. And then the last one in this set has a bit of wood background to it. So then we move on to Season of Elegance, which I know I have shown you before, but you know, we're doing the whole lot, so it's in there. So we have a bit of old olive colouring there, and you can see the gold in this. And then just, it's kind of almost like, you know, oil paints that have just been spread on and that. So then there's that. And the same sort of background on that. Let me just, there we go. And then we've got a bit of the red, what's it called, cherry cobbler. Bit more old olive, bit of pretty peacock, and I think this one's meant to be basic beige. So I think we're down to our last set, which is called Reindeer Days. Oh, no, that's it. Yes, reindeer. Again, if I was going to do something with them, I think I would probably fussy cut those. Reindeers aren't my favourite thing. I know it's like a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer thing, but that's, yeah, a bit kitschy. Anyway, I prefer that side. So that's convenient, isn't it? This one's really, that cracks me up seeing him shoving his head out of the wreath. And then we've got some quite nice holly on the other side. We seem to have reindeer going up and down. And some light bulbs. Light bulb. Can't help it. I think of, oh, what's that film? It's, anyway, I'll probably put it in the comments. But he says, light bulb, every time he has this sort of like grand idea. And yeah, you can understand why this one, the name of it is something about deer, because there's an awful lot of deer in it. Oh dear. And there we have it. We are at the end of the papers. So well done. If you saw any of those that you liked, feel free to order them through my online store, or let me know that you want them. And yeah, come back and join me next Sunday. Gee, let's try for next Saturday, shall we? Where we will create something again. We'll go back to creating again. Thanks for joining me. Share the love and see you next week. Bye.